What are we on right now? This will be for New Way.
What are we on what?
What are we shooting?
Oh, what are we shooting?
Yeah.
So today we are on set shooting the Moni and Meek's Bad Boy music video. It's gonna be dope. I'm so excited. Right now we're doing the dance number stuff. What's going on, everybody? Brendan back again with another video, and today I'm gonna be bringing you guys along behind the scenes of my latest video. Behind the scenes of my latest music video. This video was with the artist duo Moni and Meeks and their song Bad Boy featuring Boob Miles. A really fun pop song, lots of energy, and it was a really cool look and a really cool vibe that we went with this video. So it was a lot of fun to shoot, and I got some behind the scenes footage, not a lot, some with my cell phone, some with a DSLR. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes and talk about the process a little bit. I wanted to start by talking about the pre-production, kind of the less glamorous aspect of shooting videos. A lot of planning for pre-production is going to keep you on schedule, it's going to keep you on budget, it's going to keep stress levels down on set because you're going to know what to expect. You'll have planned for all of the potential issues that you might run into, and it gives everybody a much better experience. So I'd never worked with the artists Moni and Meeks before. They actually approached me on Instagram and had seen some of my work. And so the first thing I do in that kind of situation where I've never met the client before is I want to meet them in person. And meeting in person also helps you, build trust and build rapport with your client. Try to meet with the client for coffee and just talk to them about what they want to do, what their vision is, talk to them a little bit about the song. And lucky for me, shooting this video, the client, the two artists, Moni and Meeks, they were already very, very well prepared. They already had a shot list, they already had some storyboards, and they knew what they wanted. They were also already working on dance choreography for the video, so they already were working with a professional dance team and a professional choreographer, and they could send me video clips of the rehearsals from that. So when it came to knowing what to expect with the dance number and all the different choreography and stuff, planning out my shots and what kind of coverage that I needed, I could already see videos of the entire dance rehearsal, so I already knew what to expect from that. So that was also super useful. So I had a really, really great client for this one. The artists came super well prepared, they knew what they wanted, and they could explain it to me very well, and I could ask some clarifying questions. So like, if they sent me a certain video, I could be like, what is it about this particular video that you like so much? Is it the lighting? Is it the way it was edited? Is it just the general style? Is it the location? So moving on from there, let's talk a little bit about the location scouting. Initially, we were talking a little bit about shooting in a local soundstage. I knew right off the bat that they wanted a space with a lot of character and with a lot of different looks and feels to it, and I knew they needed a location with a lot of variety, unless we were going to have to go to a bunch of different locations on multiple days or something like that, which adds a whole other logistic and budgetary challenge. So luckily, I knew of the perfect location. I have a friend who manages a music recording studio, and this place is awesome. It has a lot of different areas, a lot of different sort of backdrops, and a lot of character to it, and it was perfect. So I went on a location scout. I had never actually been there before, but my friend showed me around, and I took some photos and sent them to the artists, and they immediately fell in love with it as well. I used the space, I found a space that had a lot of character, and then I used that to motivate what my shot list was gonna look like. Cool, so that's basically all of pre-production. In terms of production, the first thing that I knew was that I was going to shoot the whole thing locked off on sticks. I wasn't going to move the camera around a lot. Basically, there were two reasons for that. That adds a lot of time to the day and a lot of complexity to the day and a lot of budget to the day. And we were working with a pretty thin budget for how much they wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure I could pull off as much as possible for them. And the camera movement wasn't one of the biggest things on the list that they were trying to prioritize. The lighting was much more important to them, and the locations were much more important to them, and the dance was much more important to them. So I decided to shoot the entire thing locked off on sticks. But I still wanted the video to have a lot of energy, so the way I did that was with pans and tilts and even zooms on the lens as well, which isn't traditionally my style. I was a little bit tentative and hesitant to do lots of lens zooms, so I didn't do them too much throughout the day, but I did do them quite a bit, and you'll see them in the final video. I was worried about it feeling or coming across too hokey, but I'd seen it done before in some really amazing videos, so I just decided to be confident and roll with it and try it out, and it worked out really well. So I think the lesson learned there is sometimes less is more, and sometimes you can get away with a lot with very, very little. Like I said, it's about prioritizing things in your budget. So if your client can't afford it, then don't try to get it. And if you think it's super important, you can definitely try to make the argument to the client and explain to them why you think something's important, why you'd like to spend a certain amount of money on a certain gear rental or whatever it is. But in this situation, it was just a creative choice that I made, and also just a very budget-conscious choice that I made. It's such a good feeling when you have a vision in your mind of how you want to set the lighting up, and then you do it in person. It's exactly what you imagined. It's so satisfying. So as far as lighting goes, basically I had 3 different kinds of lights. I had Astera Titan tubes, which are RGB LED tubes that are battery powered. They're incredible. They are also rather expensive to rent. I had 4 of those, and they are super duper convenient and a real luxury to use on set because of how fast and easy it is to just fly around on a C-stand and not have to worry about cables or plugging it in anywhere. The batteries last ages, even at like 100% brightness, and you can just dial in a color temperature or dial in a party gel, and it gave me so much creative freedom and flexibility to create a lot of different looks and use a lot more colors that I really haven't been able to have in my portfolio yet. Greens and yellows and reds, things that if you look at my portfolio on my website or you watch my reel, you won't really see those colors anywhere else in my portfolio. So I was really happy to get really bright, vibrant colors in this one, which is exactly what the artist wanted the video to have. They wanted it to have like a super neon kind of a feel. The other lights that I had, the other main lights in the package, were the ETC Source 4 Lico lights. These are spotlights, tungsten 750 watt bulbs, and so they have a lot of punch. They're also, compared to the Astera lights, they're much, much cheaper to rent. Barely made a dent in the budget, so that was really, really nice. And they're so controllable, and they have a really nice clean beam. And so in combination with a hazer that we rented, shining those beams as a backlight through the scene to create really beautiful shafts of light, and then moving those beams around like a sort of a moving spotlight added a whole other level of movement to the shot, giving it even more high energy. So when you have the lights swinging around and you have the dancers moving and you have the camera panning and tilting and stuff, it adds a lot of movement and makes the shots really exciting. So that was a really key part to the look of the final video. And finally, with my lighting package, the final lights that I had were 2 Kino Flow Diva lights, 2-foot 4-bank lights. Not too much punch that they would spill too much on the background. So tiny little light that you can fly around, doesn't draw a lot of power, so really easy lights to use, and I use Kinos all the time. But this one I didn't need quite as much punch, so it was nice to just use the Diva lights for that. So yeah, overall it was a really, really fun music video to shoot. I had a lot of fun with this. The lighting was just a ton of fun. I gotta think of some more adjectives to describe my experience, but yeah, a lot of fun to shoot that music video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you want more stuff like this, more lighting tutorials or whatever you want, keep letting me know. These videos are a lot of fun to make, so hopefully I'll be able to start doing more behind the scenes stuff like this and more lighting stuff like this, and yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.